What's up, Eta? Hola, how's it, bro? My name is Jacob Moshokoa, all the way in a beautiful, sunny Western Cape. Shailini short sleeve, today. The weather's beautiful. And I'm driving a new car, brand spanking new car. First time we're seeing the brand GAC in South Africa. This one is the Emzoom GS3 from GAC. And yeah, it's got a funky color. It's pretty cool and funky and sporty. And I'm here to tell you about it. Okay, roll the camera. Roll the camera.
Think of a car, any car. Yes, Cars.co.za. Let's find what moves you.
So, always nice to start with a quick history lesson. Brand GAC is from China, as you might have gathered. And it's a very young company. It started back in China in the year 2008. So, to be fair, I don't think we need to be hard on this brand because it's a baby, right? You mustn't be hard on the babies. But I'm going to tell you how it is. Big debates in the office over the past few days around these design cues on this car. Is it nice? Is it beautiful? Is it sporty? Is it slick? For me, nothing, none. Like I don't feel like, that car's nice, striking good looks. But it's modern, it's unique, it's chic for a certain type of buyer, i.e. my director who thinks this is a very nice car. Despite other people thinking this car is nice, unfortunately doesn't win in the looks department for me. Now, this is what I think makes brand GAC have the chutzpah and the gall to say, we're taking our car to South Africa. They know that these sporty SUV-esque hatchbacks kind of looking cars could be striking and appealing to the South African buyer. And that's why they brought this car here. It's worth taking a gamble for them. The new kid on the block just decided, German guys outprice themselves. Let's also strike the South African market while it's still hot. And I mean, there's a lot of cars to choose from in this category. But how this car drives and how this car feels, this is where I start giving it the tick. Comfortable, tick. Minimal road noise, tick. Agile on the bends and how it feels with the steering wheel, which is nice and soft as well, tick. Amenities, the touch, the feel, quality overall finish. I won't necessarily give it a full tick, but I'll give it like a half a tick. Some of the finishes in this car are just not there yet. After I say all of that, now you're like, but Jacob, how much? How much is this Chinese car? So, I have to tell you, we are driving the R Style, the top of the range. It is priced at 549,900 Rand. That's 550K. Now you're gonna start thinking, what else could you buy in this category? I'm already like swaying to this way. You can get a German car. You can buy yourself a VW Taigo. You can buy yourself an Opel Mokka. See, now there's other cars. There's a Renault Captur. There's the Kia Seltos. So you see, there's actually too many other cars within this price range. Because 500K has now become like a normal benchmark for a car now. It's like, how much? Okay, 500,000, okay, sharp. We're not where we were 11 years ago, when 500,000 Rand would buy you a really lavish German car. Things have changed. So that's why I thought GAC were like, we can also slide into this. Now we need to talk about the power plant of the car. This one comes with a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo. We've seen that engine way too many times with these Chinese guys. It's a tried and tested engine, obviously. It works, and they stuck to it. It comes with a 7-speed wet dual clutch automatic transmission. Now, the only issue with this car is it's got a very jerky accelerator. You just petrol, tap the petrol. The car's like, boom, boom. Like the car's like, it's too fast at some point. Like I wish it was a little less power when you hit the throttle. There's a term that Dave the car guy used. He said, it's a quirky, throttle response. Huh? Guess who that? That's English. Me, I'm like, no, you press the accelerator, it's too much power. Dave says, no, quirky throttle response. That's the best way to explain it in this car. Earlier this morning, in traffic, lanes were opening and the lady on the left-hand side decided at the last minute to come here, even though I was already going to the right. The car did the anti-collision detection. It actually stopped for me. It wasn't even just a detect, it was like anti-collision, we're stopping this, which is great. Now, let's talk about the other amenities in this car. It's fully packed with all the extras. Adaptive cruise control, ABS, EBD. I mean, we've got a panoramic sunroof here. Infotainment system, easy to navigate. Connecting my Apple CarPlay, a breeze. Touching the buttons and managing to do what I'm doing while I'm driving. Everything is so smooth with this car. The finishing on this car is a good offering all round. It's a general good offering in the car. I really like the stitching here. I like the feel here. I hope it won't fade over time. GAC, I mean GAC. Let's talk about the design elements of this car. It mixes and matches with so many other brands. I look at it in front and I think Peugeot 5008. Let me take you through the car. Sharp lines in front from the headlights, even here at the bottom. It's got that sharp edge for some more aero because there's air intake there on that front splitter. There's an R-style badging here for added sports. 18-inch alloy wheels, and it's a Chinese brand called Century. It's even got a Chinese mascot looking there. So obviously keep it all Chinese, keep it right. Sharp lines here on the mirror. This is the door handle. Not sure if I like it. Also feels a little flimsy. I'm not a fan of that. Trying too much with the sport additive on the car. Nice sharp lines here as well. A nice contrast with the orange and a cool pattern here. And then the rear taillight, also a sharp edge. The rear diffuser also got a mix of orange. And here at the bottom, the two tailpipes are actually connected to the back box. And then let's get on the inside of this car. And voila, we have our budget cooler box. There's this. And then there's 1, 2, 3, if we're lucky. I'm gonna take this out. And let's talk about this. This here, major problem for me. While you're driving, it's loose and it keeps knocking the other side here. Now that's not where it ends. When I take this off, it also like sounds flimsy, like it's not solid. And then look, when you put it back on as well, oh, there we go. Flimsy as well, doesn't really go in quite easy. I just took it easy there. Here we've got a lowered section of, there we go, lowered section of the boot. There's a spare wheel with a space saver or biscuit type of wheel. Now it gets even more intricate. Let me drop the seats and see how difficult it is to drop the seats. 60-40 split, obviously. Check, can't drop the seat. So to drop the seat, we need to do something like that. Unclip this guy. Oh man, there we go, got the clips. I promise you this was more difficult yesterday. Okay, now I got that out. Put that down. There's my 60-40 split. And here's the key for the GAC Emzoom R style. That's the cup holders, nice and roomy. Infotainment system, straightforward. You can control a lot of things here on the infotainment system, including the sunroof and even the boot of the car. You can open the boot and close the boot with a button touch, which is here. Oh, there we go. I'm controlling the sunroof now. Let's open the skylight. They call it a skylight. And just as I mentioned as well, to close the boot, you also press a button here. I would have preferred to have a standalone button here at the bottom like they do in other cars, but that's my own 2 cents. Climate control, actually easy to control. It's real buttons, not touchy and feely and swivels and all of that. My phone charges on the wireless car charger perfectly. Like, this wireless car charger actually works. It doesn't make the phone hot. I was on 50% earlier, I'm on 60% now. So it actually works. I like the minimalistic driver shifter or gear shifter here, but I like it because it doesn't look like the other Chinese brands. Here we've got lots of space in the armrest. Here at the bottom, way more space than other cars. It has a USB and a USB-C, and it has a 12-volt outlet. Nice quality feels on the dashboard. Doesn't have a plastic feel to it. It's got a nice pattern with the stitching as well, which matches the seat as well for the passenger. And this driver's seat is of course electric. The passenger seat, unfortunately, no electrics. Now let's talk a bit about this 10.25-inch infotainment system. This is where I choose my driver modes from Eco, Comfort and Sport. And then you don't really have Android Auto. You got something called Car.co.za Link, which you have to do a plug-in to be able to use it on the USB. The USB-C port is purely for charging. Apple CarPlay, easy to connect. It's a breeze because I use an Apple. If you don't use an Apple, you got Car.co.za Link. Everything else is easy to navigate. 360 camera as well. I can get to that easily. Heating and cooling, I can also control it here, not only here where I have the climate control. Now coming here to the digital display, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. One touch of a button, you can switch between looking at your tire pressure and then another touch of a button to go back to normal. And you can see your cruise controls and your fuel, etc. And then there's this button. I like this button. It's to make the car louder. So at a touch of a button, you got exhausts loud or soft. A real sports car, this Emzoom. And now for the backseat scene. Seatbelts work. And they're blue. Did you notice the seatbelts are blue? That's very cool. Matches the interior with the blue stitching. There's ISOFIX. Comfortable seating for me here. There's my driver's position. I can store my phone quite easily here. There's actually 2 phone slots. One USB charging port. Armrest with 2 cup holders. And a bit of sunroof. It's worth talking about after-sales service from GAC. So with this specific car, you get 5-year, 60,000 kilometer service plan, and then you get a 5-year, 150,000 kilometer warranty. Now let's address the elephant in the room. We need to address the fact that this car is trying a bit too hard to sound like a sports car. And it's failing dismally. There's eco, there's comfort, and it makes a really cool sound when you do it. And there's sport. Now I'm in sport. But then you're like, is this a sports car or is it not? It sounds lacquer. There's a bit of a burble, a throaty feel to it in the exhaust pipes. But I mean, 130 kilowatts, 270 Newton meters of torque, it really doesn't give you much. For them to use the sport styling on the car, it really doesn't land. Like, I think they missed that part. I can't even shift on the steering wheel. The least they could have done was at least put the shifters on the steering wheel, or at least allow me to shift here on the gear shifter here. But let me see it, like, it's a total miss. I'm gonna leave it right there. I hope you like it, guys. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on these Chinese offerings specifically. And let me know what are your thoughts on the looks of the GAC, because I'm not convinced with the looks. I'm semi-convinced with the overall driving and feel of the car. That's all she wrote, and that's all he said. Catch me again on the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always check out what's going on Cars.co.za. Over 75,000 cars available for you to choose from. Yeah, Cars.co.za. Let's find what moves you.
What's the car with Cars.co.za? Meet on the move Roxy. Her perfect car has a cup holder that fits her oversized, color-coded sippy cup. Now think of a car, any car. Yes, we have it. Cars.co.za. Let's find what moves you.